What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So I got some new details on President Donald Trump's $2,000 stimulus check or tariff rebate stimulus check, up to $2,000 per person. And I'll let you hear directly from President Donald Trump, as well as his other stimulus measures or other stimulus type measures. I'll let you hear directly from President Donald Trump here in this video. That's right here. So we're going to go over that and more in this video. So let's jump right in right now as we are live right now here on the It's Jimmy Show on YouTube. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to hit that like button for me here. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos, and click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live. All right, so take a listen here to this interview that President Donald Trump just gave with brand new information. Here we go.
What I would like to do is the money doesn't go, trillions of dollars get paid to drug companies, and you still have lousy health care. Obamacare is horrible health care. We want it to go to the people and then let the people go out and buy their own health care, and they'll do great. They'll do great. So we're negotiating that now with the Democrats. Well, congressional Democrats want the largest tax hike in history. I proudly signed the largest tax cuts in American history with the Great Big Beautiful Bill. The Great Big Beautiful Bill, the biggest piece of legislation ever signed, and that includes the extension of the original Trump tax cuts. But it's the biggest tax cut ever signed, and it includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security. Nobody's ever seen anything like it, so think of that. And in addition, you get, if you buy a car, this is great for our car industry because we have a lot of car plants. We're bringing back the automobile business. 60% of it was stolen because we had incompetent presidents or incompetent trade people. But 60% of it was stolen over the years, and now I think we're bringing it all back. I think we'll be bigger than we've ever been in the auto business. That's not even to mention AI, where we're leading China. You know, we're leading China by a lot. They're not going to catch us. We have to be smart, but if we're smart, they're not going to be able to catch us. They know that. They told me that. Next year is projected to be the largest tax refund season ever, and we're going to be giving back refunds out of the tariffs because we've taken in literally trillions of dollars, and we're going to be given a nice dividend to the people, in addition to reducing debt. As you know, I inherited a lot of debt, but it's peanuts compared to the kind of numbers we're talking about. So we're going to be making a dividend to the people, and additionally, we're going to be able to reduce debt. And as time goes by, over the next 2, 3, 4 years, those numbers are going to go up. And I believe that at some point in the not too distant future, you won't even have income tax to pay, because the money we're taking in is so great, it's so enormous, that you're not going to have income tax to pay. Whether you get rid of it or just keep it around for fun or have it really low, much lower than it is now, but you won't be paying income tax. We've slashed $1 trillion in costly job-killing regulations, saving Americans an estimated $2,100 for a family of 4. The Biden administration was the exact opposite, but times 4. They went up $6,000. We went down $2,100. Think of that. To bring down energy, electricity, and utility prices, I ended the Green New Scam. They call it the Green New Scam, one of the greatest scams in the history of our country. They talked about global warming and all that crap, and what they've done to this country. What they've done by allowing 25 million people into our country, many of whom are criminals, many of whom 11,888 are murderers, and we have to get them out, and we're doing it. We're doing it. I think what the job that our law enforcement groups are doing, Christy, you and Tom and everybody, amazing. What you're doing is amazing. I terminated the insane electric vehicle mandate, and look, some people that make electric cars weren't happy with that. But we have to do that because you have to have a choice, whether it's a gasoline-powered car And we have so much gasoline. You know, China doesn't have gasoline. We do. And whether it's a hybrid, which really are working really well, the combination of electric and gasoline driven. But we, everybody was supposed to, by 2030, everybody had to own an electric car under the Biden stupidity. And not everybody wants to do that. I like electric cars. I like all cars. They're all good. They all have reasons. But you want to be able to go and buy what you want. I imposed historic tariffs that are now bringing in so much money that nobody's ever seen anything like it. And countries that were ripping us off, including allies, but they were ripping us off for years. I won't use the names. I won't mention Japan. I refuse to mention South Korea. I will not mention names. But they were ripping us off like nobody's ever been ripped off before, and taking horrible advantage of your country. But now we're making a lot of money. Making a lot of money because of the tariffs that are pouring in. And it's really national security. Among everything else, it's national security. We've also rapidly turned the worst border crisis in world history. I believe we had the worst border ever in history. I don't care if you had a fourth world country. You know, we allow third world country in. We would allow fourth world war countries in also. It doesn't matter. There was never a border that was as bad as our border. We allowed anybody in with no checks, no vetting. So we've rapidly turned the worst border crisis in world history into the strongest border in the history of our country.
Yeah, so President Donald Trump giving brand new details here about the tariff rebate checks, and he also wants to completely eliminate income taxes from the money coming in from tariffs. He says that tariff income will become trillions of dollars from tariffs coming in, which what he says will be enough for the $2,000 tariff rebate checks per person, and apparently enough to actually get rid of federal income taxes as well, which is very interesting to see potentially both of these things happen according to President Donald Trump. You guys can let me know your thoughts on this here in the comment section. Even if just one of them happen, it would be, you know, a lot of money for Americans, whether it's $2,000 check per person, which would be the largest stimulus in history, or if it's complete, you know, getting rid of the IRS, a lot of people would be like, hey, that's a huge benefit. That's a huge benefit to get rid of the IRS. And instead, the money would be coming in from tariffs if that happens, because a lot of people are noticing, and we're getting data that shows that we are having higher prices because of these tariffs. Okay, and Trump actually kind of admitted this here recently when they actually said we're going to get rid of or reduce the tariffs on a lot of food products like coffee and bananas here recently because the prices had skyrocketed so much that Americans were being hurt at the grocery store so much that they actually had to, get rid of those tariffs because those prices had spiked up so much. And even President Donald Trump said that we just can't grow enough bananas here in the U.S. or coffee here in the U.S. Very little is, produced here in the U.S. There's like some made in Hawaii and stuff, some bananas and a little bit of coffee is grown, but not nearly enough for the entire United States. We just have to import it. So we are seeing some of those tariffs reduced. But if we actually see, $2,000 stimulus checks or tariff rebate checks that come out and go back to per person and potentially include children or dependents as well, that would be huge. And if we actually see federal income taxes either significantly reduced or actually eliminated, that would be huge. That would be huge. So then you could actually see the tariff plan kind of paying for itself And then, where these other countries are actually kind of, paying for this and the Americans are benefiting. So if we don't see that happen, then Americans are like, well, we're not really benefiting. We're just really paying these higher prices. But if we get these $2,000 tariff rebate checks, tariff stimulus checks, whatever you want to call them, and or we get the complete elimination or significant reduction in federal income taxes, then people are going to be like, well, I can see this plan playing out. I can see the benefit of the tariffs. Now it's kind of making sense. People will be like, now, I understand because we're getting the benefit back. So you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comment section as this kind of plays out, as we kind of get the details here of all of this. I will keep you up to date here. So make sure you're subscribed down below with the bell icon on so you get notifications when we go live, and share this video with others so that they can get this information. Listen up, because this is important. There is some major changes going on in Medicare. You can see here, United Health is dropping 1 million seniors from Medicare Advantage. And this is not the only change. There are many changes that have happened going from 2025 into 2026 for Medicare and Medicare Advantage and even Medicare Part D. And you need to know about this because this could make significant changes to your plans, and you might not be on the right plan either, and this could cost you money. And there's significant plans that actually have kind of a rebates that can give you money back. And with our partner, Chapter Medicare, the average senior that has used Chapter Medicare has saved around $1,100. And using their services is completely free. I put a phone number here on the screen and a pinned comment down below so you can contact Chapter Medicare right now, because it's open enrollment only for a few more days. So Chapter Medicare can help you or your loved ones find the best plan that is best for you, and possibly save you a lot of money in the process. So call that phone number or click the pinned comment link down below right now. Click here to see $6 billion going out to 25 plus million Americans with the new Trump accounts. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you